Hi, everybody. This is Todd Creager, and today I want to discuss with you one of the most powerful tools that I know that can help de-escalate conflict. This tool can be used with your intimate partner as well in any relationship. I mean, any relationship is to work, but you'll see that oftentimes in intimate relationships is when we use it more. We need it more than any other time. This tool that it's called the Disarming Technique, and it does exactly what it says. It disarms the other person. If the other person is angry, this tool is the fastest way to soothe the other person. You can actually see this lion or lioness turn into a lamb um, after using this simple and powerful technique. That's a pretty good thing. And it really works. It really, really works. When someone is angry with you or judging you or complaining about you, your reflex, as well as my reflex, is to defend, to debate, or in some other way react. Um, we tend to find quickly the parts of what that person's saying is that's not true. And oftentimes, what that person's saying to us it doesn't feel true, or at least mostly untrue, because oftentimes their perspective is their perspective, and they may be not saying in their complaint aspects of the situation that are also true. So, we tend to focus on what's not true. However, it's very possible to train yourself to do something else far more effective. So here it is. Look for the truth in what the other person is saying, even if it seems mostly untrue or unfair. That's right. I'll say it again. Look for the truth in what the other person is saying, even if it seems mostly untrue or unfair. Remember, there's two of you. So you have your perspective, the other person has their perspective, and what we're looking for is not to be right, but to be helpful, to be effective, to really have more of what we want in our life and more of what we want in our relationship. So we want to look for the truth in what the other person is saying, even if it seems mostly untrue or unfair, and then you back up what you're seeing with words. For example, if your partner's complaining that you don't listen, instead of defending yourself or making excuses or saying, "What are you talking about? I listen, I'm much better than I used to be," which even might be true, you can say, "You are right. There are those times when I don't listen, and we just had one of those moments. I could imagine how frustrating that is for you." Okay, now that maybe your mind is thinking, "Yeah, but I've been listening too." Hmm. I mean, there's a time and a place to say that, but maybe not right then and there. There you'll see it. She's going to go from a lion, or he or she, lion, lioness, to a lamb right before your very eyes. Now, why don't you typically do this so it can make your relationship and life instantly better? It might be because you automatically focus on what's not true, like I said. Maybe you immediately think about the times that you do listen in this example, right? And that he or she is not bringing up. Or maybe you're thinking about how your partner doesn't listen to you. You think you don't listen to me? What about when you don't listen? When you think I don't listen to you, what about when you don't listen to me, right? That is typical. So we can relieve that cognitive dissonance by reacting. That's what we do. And it gives us an immediate relief, maybe because we are speaking on our behalf, but it really does not give us more of what we want. It gives us more of what we don't want. Since I know you want more of what you do want from your partner and others, then try this disarming technique and tell me how it's working for you. So here's a little checklist for using the disarming technique to de-escalate conflict. Number one, understand the disarming technique. Recognize that this technique helps to soothe and de-escalate conflict by finding and acknowledging the truth in the other person's perspective. Number two, identify the conflict. Recognize when someone is angry, judging, or complaining about you. Number three, control your reflexes. Avoid defending, debating, or reacting impulsively. Number four, look for the truth. Seek the truth in what the other person is saying, even if it seems mostly untrue or unfair. Number five, acknowledge the truth. Verbally back up what you have identified as true. Number six, use affirmative statements. Frame your response to acknowledge the other person's perspective. For example, "You know you are right. There are times when I don't listen, and we just had one of those moments. I'm just repeating myself, but I just want you to get a summary of what I'm saying. All right, number 7, observe the effect. Notice the change in the other person's demeanor from being angry to being calm, to being escalated, to suddenly coming down somewhat. Number 8, avoid typical pitfalls. Don't focus on defending yourself or listing the times you do listen in this example. Don't bring up how the other person doesn't listen to you, like I mentioned. Okay, number 9, practice consistently. Regularly use this technique to improve your relationship and reduce conflict. And number 10, reflect and report. Monitor the effectiveness of the technique and share your experiences with someone you trust or a coach. That's important oftentimes to just kind of remind yourself that this works. So if you follow this checklist I just gave you, you can effectively use the disarming technique to de-escalate conflict and improve your relationships. It works. It's just something that we want to do to get what we truly want as opposed to an immediate release of tension maybe that gives us more tension by the constant escalation. So practice the disarming technique. I think it's really an excellent way to go in life and definitely in your intimate relationships. Thanks for listening. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.